Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for My Hero Academia, Season 3, Episode 6. Oh ho ho. Revelry in the dark. Togoyami and Dark Shadow.
Took them a little while to get to this, but...
Right. But his stand-up power is running rampant.
That's right.
And...
that shot was really cool.
That shot in particular was really awesome. But if Tokoyami's his stand, or his quirk, if you will, is just going crazy and stuff, this is the kind of moment where we could actually see a legitimate death from a villain.
That is a definite possibility.
We have seen Magne and Spinner go down, but they're not necessarily going to die. And same with Muscular.
Right.
But we are not
Toga,
seeing...
Toothface, you know.
Yeah. I was reviewing the names. It's Moonfish for the tooth guy.
Okay, Moonfish.
And,
gotcha. And then
Twice.
Yeah, Twice and Dobby.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Twice I'm really liking, because I rewatched the one where he and Dobby were talking, and I really liked his ridiculous mannerisms and his irreverent behavior. But okay, we have Kachan. He is potentially under target by the villains. We have our theories as to why.
Right.
But it's really just a matter of what kind of extra data gets revealed in this episode.
Right.
Also, we still have yet to see two of the number of villains that came. There were 10 in total, and only 8 have been shown thus far.
Interesting.
Yeah, in particular, I'm really excited to see the one that we saw in the opening that has the suit and the hat. So, yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this. Previous seasons, they've stuck essentially to a single linear plot without really shifting too much of locations. For well over 5 episodes.
Well, I mean that's not necessarily anything new, because like in season 2 we had the tournament, you know, which there was the pre-tournament stuff, but once they got to the stage, they were in that place.
But that's the thing. They moved things in season 2 at such a breakneck pace.
That's true.
That we moved to the tournament stage quite quickly. Whereas this one has so much confidence in the content that's going to be there, such as fights and stuff. I love that you said Tactical All Might.
Oh yeah.
I was rewatching one of our old videos and you're like, Tactical All Might. And I was like, oh my god.
Very effective.
It's super effective. And there was the Dark Shadow semi-foreshadowing. Shadowing.
Well, yeah. I never thought I would be happy to see Deku do basically a Goku pose.
Oh, sure. And then my ideas on spare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know I mention it every time, but
his whole arm? I guess it's a tentacle, so... Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh, gotcha, okay.
He couldn't even stand that.
Yeah.
Alright. Like that's gonna help.
Okay. For some reason I thought that Shoji didn't actually have a mouth.
I mean, we don't know.
And that he used his two arms to speak.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he definitely has a mouth, yeah.
Gotta say, he looks pretty cool right now.
Yeah. Why do you have to make it all spindly?
Yeah.
I just imagine going, yeah.
I know. Attack from above.
I think he's actually pretty. His moves are pretty predictable when he's in the air.
Oh, they're leading Tokiami.
Oh! Yes! Bring Dark Shadow to Moonfish! Destroy him! Oh! Yep! And we were excited about villain deaths, maybe?
Yeah. I choose both. Yeah.
Yes! Classic Midoriya. Alright. He gets all pissed immediately. Oh my god! Oh, cross section. You sicko. Oh. He's like, oh, all his teeth are broken. Wow. Okay, he probably survived that, unfortunately. Oh, what was that? Was that Dark Shadow?
Yeah, I think so.
Bakugo.
Yeah,
Bakugo shot. Eh? Yeah, that's a good idea. Escort Bakugo! Yes! Bakugo's like, stop ignoring me! What are you all just talking about?
I think his mind is broken from seeing Tokiami like that, kind of.
Maybe. It's just still going! You walk in the middle. Dude, come on. Don't be so loud. Like, Bakugo, shut up!
Is this gonna be the Toga versus...
Yes. Yes. Crap. I recognize her voice actors. Yeah. Whoa. Suck it out. Yep.
Okay.
I knew it. She's a vampire. She's a vampire.
That's why it goes then to her mouth. Okay.
Oh. Oh. Nope. 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 No, Sue!
No way.
Sue.
No.
Sue, be careful. I guess you could just jump away from her.
Yeah.
Oh, the tongue. Oh, said Sue. Oh my gosh. No. Yeah, go Uraraka. Yes! Yes!
That's right.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! Yeah! Gunhead martial arts. That sounds so badass to say. Yeah, Sue, get down from there. Oh. Okay. Wait, she's not wrong. Yeah, well, she did say that before. She's like, I want to kill Stain. I want to be like Stain.
Yeah.
Oh, to become them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she likes Stain, yeah. Oh, it's not just Stain, it's because he's all about that blood, you know. Oh, no, crap.
Pull it out.
Come on.
Why are they just not doing anything?
Yeah,
Come on.
jeez. Oh, no way. Where's Bakugo? Where's Bakugo? Oh, crap. No.
He ran off to fight them, didn't he?
No.
Or did he get grabbed?
No. Come on, guys. It's Bakugo. What?
Oh.
Well, here's the suit guy. Oh, no way. Okay, I love this guy.
Right.
I love this guy. Alrighty then. Cool.
Alright.
We know how that's gonna go. Oh crap, that's right!
Uh-oh.
Holy crap!
That's a problem.
Oh shoot! He really likes his monologuing now.
Oh, and he got him out?
Oh, because Tokoyami destroyed Moonfish. He's like,
sure.
oh, you're worthy. Oh, shit. No hesitation. Tricks and running away are my only redeeming features. Okay, I love this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Only... Whoa, what was that?
Okay.
Oh, Ayoma!
Is he gonna get some development?
Oh crap. He's just so scared.
Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
This is your time to shine.
Oh, they have a no move. Wait. That's random. What the heck?
Wait.
Holy crap. Oh, please. Please be okay.
The signal that, okay, it's time to go.
Yeah. Oh, what's she making? What's she making?
A homing beacon.
Oh, genius! Yeah, a tracking device.
Yep.
Awesome. Brilliant. Brilliant,
Awesome.
Momo.
Yep.
Well done.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh. All right. Massive team up. All right, here we go.
Well, how about both you and Todoroki?
Right. Okay, she splinted.
All right.
His...
Yep.
All right, go! Yeah! Oh, and her tongue bled. Oh! That worked super well!
Yeah!
How many people's worst? What? Okay, we need to talk
that how
about
they
that
can-
in discussion. Of course.
Yeah.
Wait. Twice as hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh! They got him! Who are they? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Chaos. Yeah. Just everything happening at once.
Hopefully, when all the quirks start being used, they'll see, oh, we need to go over, like, the other people, the pros and teachers, and, you know, maybe Ida too and stuff. Wow.
Yeah, the main problem is that Mandalay's telepathy might not be able to relay communications fast enough if Kurogiri gets them.
Yeah.
So they'll be disconnected from the group, and the main thing will be, at what point will the villains retreat? Probably after Kurogiri comes back with Spinner and Magni.
Yeah.
And then the question is, will they be able to save Tokiyami and Bakugo?
Right.
And if they do save any of them, will the villains stick around because of that? And then drag the fight on? Or if they fail here, will the villains basically say, okay, we're cutting our losses and heading out because the pro heroes are on their way? Like Aizawa or Vlad called them.
Exactly,
and there's like a fighter jet with like...
Well, what I want to have happen is Aizawa to just basically show up and suddenly Kurogiri can't work people.
Well, that would suck for Kurogiri and the villains. Wow.
All right. That was pretty awesome.
Okay, we had very awesome quirk usage from Tokiyami.
Yes.
He destroyed Moonfish. Now,
this is very satisfying.
This is the funny thing. Moonfish actually has the least likelihood of getting out of this okay.
Right.
Because he was pulverized. Pulverized by Dark Shadow. Muscular might get out of this.
Right, because he might have like woken up already.
Might have woken up.
And at least been able to like contact and be like,
with
I'm
the radio
here,
and
pick
stuff.
me up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kurogiri just starts warping people back. Or he needs everyone to get back to a specific spot so that he can warp everyone back.
Right.
The other thing that was pretty cool in terms of quirk display was the new guy with the suit and hat named Mr. Compress, or just Compress.
Yeah, I believe that's what his name was.
Now, you know who that reminds me of?
Who?
It reminds me of the guy that was with like the Dons or whatever in Hunter x Hunter. He had the cloak thing that would capture things essentially.
And okay, and this is what I want to know, because that seems a bit OP.
Right.
Like, to just be able to CC people like that.
Yeah.
Because, and granted, we don't know what he needs to do in order to CC the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also don't know how many people he can CC, how long he can CC them, you know, and all that stuff, and if there's any way to, like, if it's some sort of concentration thing, or if you hit them upside the head real hard, they'll revert to their usual form or something.
I think that his quirk is an assortment of things. Because did you notice that he was kind of like, I know it's an anime, so you can't think about their physicality too much as being something to do with their quirk, but he seemed to have some ability to move really fast amongst the trees, which I would say is probably related to his quirk. Yeah. So this guy might be the first in terms of a quirk that is like multi-purpose.
Sure, maybe like, okay, this might seem just completely silly and stupid. But if he were to, like, say, jump, and he used his quirk, like, say, on himself at one time or something, would that let him, like, travel better or something like that?
I think unfortunately, his quirk is just shrinking people into little pellets or what have you.
Sure, and the getting away is just because he's a
circus performer.
Yeah, he's a circus performer. He's the rail tracer, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's many ways we could kind of excuse that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate though because he calls it magic when we get his name before he actually is even willing to tell them, and therefore we know exactly what his quirk is, except for the limitations of it.
Right.
So and I love his design though.
Oh yeah, his design. His presence is fantastic. But it is one of those things where, like, you'd think you'd only be able to avoid Todoroki's super ice blast if you were using a quirk of some kind. Right. You know.
But I guess it's dark, and I guess he's moving fast, and it's at an angle.
Sure.
And Todoroki was also holding on to a kid at that point.
Well, when he put the kid down, that was when he did the
that was when he did the really big one. Okay. Okay, so that character was revealed. We also had the 10th, I believe. Unless the Nomu is like an 11th, or and there's one other person we're missing, and that was Kurogiri or something.
That's possible, but
I think it was
also
the
could have
10.
been the Nomu.
Because Kurogiri was hanging out at the bar, the pub, really, with Shigaraki until recently.
Yeah.
So, okay, there was a Nomu with like 6 arms, and the arms had drills and a chainsaw and spikes and stuff. What?
And they were able to basically just come out of its back or something, like because it was able to put them away.
I think then that's a quirk that is one of those things where, you know, he gave them a quirk where they have like multiple appendages,
right? Or they can change their body,
and then they can change the composition of their body to inorganic material.
Sure.
And basically, it's being controlled remotely, probably by, you know, some villain or something like that.
Right, or just
it has enough functionality.
Dabi just gave it an order and it's following that.
Yeah. Well, right, but it has enough functionality in its brain in order to use a more complex quirk. Because it seems like all the Nomu's quirks that we've seen thus far are passives.
Yeah, just like they're either using it or they're not, or it's on all the time.
I think it's just on all the time.
Right.
Or they have something physical that just changes about them, but they don't like...
They don't... There's no strategy in using it. Like, even with the energy absorption redirection thing, it's just... There was this energy thing, so it absorbs it and redirects it.
That's what it is, Jacob. You're right. It's an on-off switch. So on, that's what it does. And they had to program the Nomu probably to have all the appendages out. And then once it went off, it was like, okay, I'm in recall mode. I don't do anything.
Right.
I just go back.
And Momo, the tracker.
Momo. But she almost died off screen.
Yeah.
That's how serious this whole sequence of events was. But she put a tracking device on it.
Yeah.
Now, I think that's going to be the tie-in for the plot moving forward.
Sure.
Is that the villains attack, right?
Right.
They're going to be successful, probably.
But now it's time for the heroes to attack.
But now it's time for the heroes to attack.
Oh, yeah.
So what'll end up happening is probably at least Tokoyami or Bakugo will get taken. But I'm more excited about the potential of Midoriya getting taken along with one of them. Like, imagine if Bakugo and Deku get taken.
That'd just be... Bakugo would just be so upset. He'd be like, this is the worst. This is literally the worst.
But that's the thing. Like, we've been talking about what would happen if Bakugo got taken. And Bakugo... Bakugo would, like, try to fight all of them. Like... It would be hilarious. But if Deku and Bakugo were there...
Especially in the condition that Deku's in right now, because if he can't get back to, Recovery Girl,
he would have to rely on Bakugo.
He would have to rely on Bakugo, yeah.
And Bakugo's diplomacy, not so good. His kind of, I would say, his patience to make a tactical decision at a point when it's best. It's probably decent, but I think also his emotional instability would win out if they were being kind of arrogant enough to think that they could turn Bakugo, and Bakugo's gonna be like, like, what's that? Why would I do that? Y'all punks are gonna feel my wrath. In some ways, Bakugo's character is one of the most simplistic of the ones that gets the most attention.
Sure,
but he also owns it, and it's very
it's
very enjoyable to watch. Yes. Okay, so Toga, Tsuyu, and Uraraka had their encounter.
A little bit disappointed with how little they did to stop Toga. Because like they seem to be making it easy for her when like why didn't Uraraka use her quirk on her, and then Tsuyu just, all right, tongue, woo,
Yeah, there are little bits of inconsistencies in terms of like Uraraka could have made her float at any point when she was, having
when
her
she
there.
Pinned her,
Yeah, and at that point when you're, floating like that, you can't initiate movement and then change course.
Right.
So if she tried to run away,
melee weapons, like
right. Yeah. So okay, Uraraka had a lapse in judgment because Toga psyched her out.
Yes, and that's
understandable.
Fair,
That's understandable.
Yep.
I think Toga's point of her character was okay. So I was talking with someone on Discord, one of the mods, and I was theorizing about Toga's quirk. I think this mod's an anime only. But yeah, they weren't really giving me any help or anything. But I was mentioning the idea of her being a vampire because of the teeth, and we talked about that in the past and stuff. But what I came to a dead end basically on is, why does she need the blood? Like, why does she drink?
Yeah.
If she's a vampire, and then I was just like, what do vampires do? So I'm curious to know what your theories are on this, because they asked her, how many people's worth of blood did you get? Now here's the thing: people's worth in terms of amount, is not what they were talking about.
Exactly, because she didn't get that much blood.
She did not get that much blood. She probably got like a few ounces.
Right.
If that.
Yeah.
So
it's probably that it's just what they can do if they have the person's blood at all.
Right.
That makes me think like blood magic type stuff, you know, where it's like, oh, we have your blood, now we have some control over your body, voodoo style or something.
But would that be another person's quirk?
That would probably be another person's quirk.
So,
maybe All for One has something like that.
But you're going off topic here. I'm talking about, why does she actually drink the blood? She said normally she sucks it herself from the cut, which means she bites you, sucks it, ingests it.
Yeah.
Stain did the same thing in that he ingested the blood. He didn't bite it. You know, of course, he uses blades for that.
Right.
But
and it would paralyze them.
It would paralyze them. It did something to them.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Toga drinks the blood.
Right.
She has a knife, so it's kind of a stain type of thing.
But it's not exactly like stain, because, you know, if it was just like, I need to have some of the blood, then she could have just like licked the knife right there.
So she needs a decent quantity.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. When Stain had his quirk, his quirk was an attack quirk. It did something to the other person that...
I think hers is more of a buff.
Hers is more of a buff. It does something to Toga.
She feeds off of it. Yeah.
Right. So the question is, I have a couple theories to throw at you. One, she's really freaking old. Toga stays young and creepy like this because she's drank a lot of blood, and she remains at the age of a young kid, vampire style.
Sure.
Okay. Next theory is there's some kind of like creature or thing she transforms into. Like vampires in, you know, mythology and stuff would sometimes transform into bats or some kind of like hulked out version of themselves. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
That's something that could be the case.
Now
the other one is her senses. Now you notice how she mentioned smell.
That's true. Yeah.
And she was able to smell like the pheromones. Off of Uraraka.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, all right, that almost has to be partly related to her quirk, because in terms of like plot stuff, it's like that's a little bit creepy weird. Yeah, but
and you could like just sell it on the creepy weird thing and just like go with it, but it would make a lot more sense if it was something tied to her quirk. Now here's what I'm wondering. This is what makes me really curious. Dobby asked her, how many people's worth of blood did you get?
And she said, one.
About one. Now,
it's like, you're supposed to get 3.
Right. So, but the fact that it wasn't based on, that there was a quota that she was supposed to have, right?
It was like a secondary objective for her, so she was not supposed to do anything with Bakugo.
Which makes it seem like the blood wasn't necessarily for her, which seems strange since she has a quirk that is probably based around the consumption of blood.
I think the reason why they have the blood is because the blood will be used later, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's for someone else. Okay. So the canisters that she had on her back were for storage, obviously. Like,
so she can save it for later.
So she can save it. But the thing that was interesting to me was that the apparatus on her mouth seemed to be funneling it so that she could drink it if she wanted to. Yeah. But intentionally, this is the part that I'm a little bit surprised about why I don't think it's the monster thing of her transforming, is because if she was worried about her survival, she could have put the thing on when it was sucking. But she intentionally took it off. I think that might just be because she thought it was ugly. Like there's a previous bit where she's like, "Oh, I hate this thing. It's so ugly. It's not cute." And someone was like, "Yeah, who cares? It's functional or whatever." But if she needs it for a future point, or any villains need it for a future point, I'm more inclined to think that there might be some kind of hoodoo voodoo kind of thing going on, but that would be with a character that we don't know about. So I think it makes less sense plot-wise to have it be for someone that we don't know about yet.
Okay, what if that actually was her quirk, that she didn't feed off of the blood, but she actually just was able to use it for voodoo type stuff? Because
so she takes the blood and drinks it because she just is crazy.
I don't know, maybe because the thing that seems strange is that I love the idea of her feeding off of blood, right?
Right.
But in that case, it wouldn't so much matter, I would think, about how many different people she got blood from, but rather how much blood she got.
So my thought, I'm with you. My thought, though, is that we already have been told what her quirk is, and we're just not seeing the clue correctly.
Okay.
When Dobby was first introduced, his name apparently is a hint as to what his quirk is.
Oh.
When he barely was stopped by Kurogiri from attacking Shigaraki, there was smoke coming from his hands. And something that we didn't catch on the first thing there.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that Toga's quirk has already been hinted at or basically revealed to us. But there might be some like specific properties of it that we're not sure of yet.
Well, because they mentioned that there were the murder victims that were drained of blood, right?
Yes. So well, they said that there was a bunch of blood loss related injuries, not necessarily murders.
Oh, okay.
Now this is another weird theory I had was when you have a vampire that's like drinking someone's blood, but they're like trying to, essentially like get like different peoples and not just quantity, but like quantity and like multiple people.
Maybe she gets memories or something.
I think she gains some kind of physical aspect, like some kind of physical like ability that no one else has, just from the aspect of imbibing it. You know how Stain's quirk is really terrifying in a one-on-one?
Yep.
But it's got all these limitations and such.
Right.
Hers, I think, is really terrifying because it's like, okay, what can she do with this? The villains know what she can do with it, probably. But it's the question of like, okay, now that she's got it, like...
Yeah.
Like...
Right.
Yeah, so I'm basically going to go... Because I'm really intrigued now. I want to go back through all the previous stuff and
that
just
has her and
look at her lines, look at her character kind of motions and body language and stuff, and see if I can divine anything. Because I'm guessing we're going to be getting more time with her and Dobby than almost any of the other villains.
Especially since, if they actually make it away with some of the hero kids.
Which they probably will. They have Kurogiri.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then that means we're probably going to get even more time with them because now we have more reason to have basically another perspective character in addition to Shigaraki.
For sure. Okay, so Deku's plan, fantastic.
Both plans, both plans, luring Tokiyami over and throwing himself at.
The throwing one. I was initially thinking of the Tokiyami one, but yeah, both those plans are fantastic.
Awesome.
I loved that this fight kind of is taking upon the ideas that I was theorizing way back when in season 2 about the tournament being a way for them to all understand each other's quirks. So that when it came time for them to fight together,
they know how to work
they all
together.
know how to work together a lot better. And Deku's just shining with that because he's the one that, literally studies all of these people because he finds all their quirks fascinating.
Right. But they are in a sticky situation now.
Yeah, I think that this is a little bit worse than we let on because here's what I'm worried about. The villains might actually have a problem with just Todoroki. Like, let's be real here. Todoroki, if left unchecked, is a serious problem. The thing that I think is almost sickeningly apropos, though, is Dobby is completely fine. Like, he was not at all worried or injured from the fight with Aizawa, even though it was a twice clone or whatever. And he's probably a Todoroki,
Well,
and it would be very perfect for a Todoroki Blue Fire Azula Zuko Agni Kai.
That would be
and they just kind of cancel each other out. And if Dabi can do that, then the heroes are screwed.
Here's another reason why this could go much worse.
Yeah.
We don't know how Twice's quirk really works. When he created the copy, was Dabi still the one controlling it?
Yep.
If he wasn't, then that means Twice could copy the dude that can seal away people, that can CC people, and then suddenly all of them are captured.
Well, okay, yeah, here's another thing. Twice's quirk seems to be on the god tier level of potential.
Yeah.
But I think that it actually has mentally damaged him. One of the things that this kind of attack with villains has shown us is that all the villains have some kind of hiccup in their personality that keeps them from their true potential. I just want to go over this really quick. Muscular he's a bonehead. Right. He's kind of a muscly.
Right, exactly. He thinks with his muscles.
He thinks with his muscles. That's about it. Dabi is a little bit too edgy. He kind of wants to strike fear into others when he probably could have just killed Ioma in that moment right there. There's little things that he does that shows his inconsistencies.
Right.
Toga, on the other hand, very obvious.
Yeah.
She's psychotic. She's crazy. She's not thinking straight.
Twice. Multiple personalities, potentially. Moonfish. He eats people.
And also, he is physically restricted.
Yeah.
Because probably he's into that. I don't know. But like there's all kinds of problems with Moonfish.
Yep.
Then we go over to Spinner. He's too focused on Stain's ideology to think rationally when they're involved in a fight.
We don't really know.
Magni actually is the least problematic in all of them, because I think Magni was thinking logically, quickly, on the fly, handling someone who's physically just better than her in terms of like combat and stuff. But
and then there's the trickster guy.
The trickster guy, he talks too much.
Yeah.
He could have gotten away without letting them know he took them.
They'd just be like, crap, they're gone. That they must have run off to fight villains, you know.
Like, he had to rub it. Basically, a magician doesn't want to reveal their secrets, but they also want to be recognized for like, hey, I did good work here.
Yeah.
And so he's cocky enough. Like, he's the worst of all of them. He's cocky enough to tell them that he took them.
Right. Like, if somehow, right, Deku and Todoroki and Shoji and everybody managed to get any of them back or all of them back or whatever, it's all his fault.
It's all his fault, yeah. Like, if I was All For One and Compress was like, yo, by the way, I got Bakugo, and All For One's like, I heard you got someone called Tokoyami as well. It's like, well, about that, they chased me down and grabbed Tokoyami. Right. It's like, well, why did they do that? Well, I kind of monologued to them for about 2 minutes.
All For One's like, clearly, you don't know how to be a villain, because that is one of the first things you should know not to do.
Yeah, I could see literally Compress being the kind of person who it's like, oh, that quirk
will be used better by
someone a little bit more intelligent than you. And he just kills him.
Maybe the reason why they keep him around is because he does have a almost preternatural ability to just get away. So it's like, okay,
he's like an escape artist, a magician,
so it's like, all right,
and
he draws attention to himself, but the most important thing is once you shrink people, you know, into the little bead, you leave with them, right? You know.
I forgot about the Nomu as well. The Nomu is remote controlled programmed and could have killed both of them, but because of that,
and also wasn't able to notice when you know
it was being tracked.
It ran right up and just slapped up the tracker on him.
So I love these villains. I love these villains. I think that what they're basically doing is they're saving them from being like completely removed from the story, because you're right, the heroes are going to attack, and like
be awesome.
The opening gives us an idea of what would happen if a team of pro heroes attacked the villains, and the villains lost.
Like, all right, kids, we're going on a field trip.
Right. Like, holy crap. The main thing I'm kind of worried about, though, is that things are gonna get political soon.
Yes.
Because Aizawa is gonna take the blame for all of this stuff, and he's gonna get blamed a lot. Like he could lose like his ability to be a hero. Like I think he legitimately could. The thing is, he's Batman, so it'd be perfect. He would become officially Batman. He would be a vigilante hero. Yeah, going on there, and he'd be on call from All Might.
Well, and okay, if you think about it, in a situation like this, even if you're upset at the person, you don't upset the status quo mid-crisis. You do it post-crisis.
I'm talking about at some point in the future it's going to come up.
Right.
The thing that's the reason why I also think it's going to be a problem here is that if the heroes attack based on the tracking device, the kids are going to be like, we can help. And the pro heroes are going to be like, no, the rules are rules, and no, you're not helping. And like that's going to piss us off because we're going to be like,
hey, our friends are over there. Come on.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like I could see it going really badly where like Deku, Bakugo, Tokoyami, and like one other person gets caught. Like I think 4 is the limit in my opinion.
What if Shoji got caught and taken over, and they're just like, we don't have a use for you?
Oh crap!
Like,
and they did give him a little bit of little bit of character depth in this episode.
Like,
crap!
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. I kind of want Bakugo now to get captured because I want to see our predictions come true. I want Deku to get captured too because I want him to come face to face with All For One.
Yeah, because this is one of the other things. Okay, even if you think about it in a different way, because logically, all right, with the way they've set things up so far, it would make sense for the pro heroes to be like, no, we're not letting the kids come along on a rescue mission. That would also make it much simpler from the standpoint of not having too many people there, right?
Yes,
because it's like, true. Okay, we're not even doing like an assault. We're doing a covert op, or or something.
Yeah, we're
like
taking
that.
A team of 6 or
Right,
something,
led by Aizawa, and maybe with All Might in like a plane up above.
All Might is ready to drop in whenever it's needed.
Exactly. But how do you have something like that happen and have the main character be separated from it and just waiting at the school?
Yep. Clever.
But if he's been captured, one, that's a clever way to subvert the whole hero rescuing everybody.
Yep.
But it's also a clever way to have him be there for the conflict.
Right. The other way that it can go in that Deku ends up showing up is let's say they just succeed. Kurogiri warps them out. Tokoyami and Bakugo are there and stuff.
And All Might's like...
And basically it's a thing of like, our kids were taken. We're going to bring them back. And All Might's like, I can't condone anything that you do. We're going to go in about 30 minutes. But if you want to do something, you might want to make sure that we don't see you doing it.
I think I might have it.
Wait, no, All Might wouldn't do that, though.
Well, okay. Well, yeah, no, I don't think he would. I don't think he would, and I don't think Aizawa would either.
No.
Gran Torino probably wouldn't either. But if they wanted somebody...
hero would kind of...
Well, Gran Torino would be potentially the way where they could do it, because I don't think he is... Like, well,
no, he's not technically... he is technically a pro hero, but he's not... He just has his license or whatever because he wanted to help a friend a while back.
Exactly.
But Momo might not let them know necessarily.
Oh yeah. Momo has the tracker, so it's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. They go, all right, okay, so I got it, and they're all like huddling around a computer. Like, okay, this is where they are.
Momo would tell the heroes where it is. But maybe she would keep like another device to track it on her person.
Right, exactly.
Right. And then there we go. There we go.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So then what it comes to is basically like a like UA students rescue whoever gets captured.
Right.
And that would be cool for the side characters as well, because if Deku and Bakugo get captured and say Tokoyami, because his quirk's really strong as well, so it's probably good for them to keep him as well.
Yeah,
because I don't think there's any easy way to uncompress them.
What do you just put them in a glass of water, or like
how do you do it? We don't know.
Do you put them in a glass of water? Like,
it like stunts their growth forever. I don't know, but we could have like a team led by Momo and like side characters.
Oh yeah.
Like Uraraka would be all up in that. Suyu would be going as well. It could be like the girl squad leading, you know, and then the boys are like,
with Todoroki being like, all right, just give me a parachute, you know. Oh, well, okay.
Oh, Todoroki would need to go. He's their powerhouse. I think Momo is like
Kirishima would totally go.
Kirishima, that's right. They did show Kirishima previously because, you know, it's Bakugo and they're good buddies. I don't think Ida would go. I'm trying to think if Ida would go.
Well, yeah, how would you get... Well,
because he's so by the rules and stuff.
He is so by the rules, but here's the way they could do it and have it be awesome. He's like, yes, this would be breaking the rules. But Midoriya showed me what it really means to be a hero. He reminded me.
Meddling when you're not necessarily supposed to?
Yep,
sure.
Yep.
Okay. Who else? Well, that's the other thing. They have to find people that are actually bold enough to do this.
And won't get in the
So,
way.
like, Kaminari, Mineta, they're not going to do it.
Kaminari might be helpful, but...
Jiro?
Jiro could
do
be
it.
super helpful.
I think she's got...
Yeah.
She stood up against Present Mike's quirk, you know, for quite a bit. I would say in terms of the guys, Mina is pretty bold, but she doesn't seem like the most subtle of instruments.
Sure.
Like, she seems like she would have a little bit of a... Wait, no, actually, Mina would be great, because if she has acid, she can get into any kind of, like... You know, like secret base or what have you.
Yeah. Quietly is the important thing. Yeah.
Koda might go. That would be a cool way for him to get development, because he has like nothing right now. But I think we're basically done theorizing now. But this was
an awesome episode.
This is an episode that I think is kind of a little bit of a build-up one. The Tokiyami bit was fantastic and stuff.
Oh yeah.
If anything, though, you could feel a little bit of the plot rails in this episode.
In some of the cases, like mainly with Toga.
With Toga. Yeah, that was
because they're like, hey, we have to do a character introduction here, you know, so we're gonna make sure that things kind of go all right. Even though, I mean, come on, Suyu and Uraraka are one of the most broken combinations out there. Like,
I love this whole thing they've got going on with floating things, then Suyu throwing it. That's just. That's just good stuff. That's what superhero teams should do.
Exactly.
We're getting to see that, and that's fantastic.
Yep.
But yeah, Compress is monologuing, and Toga getting away super easily. Just rubbed us the wrong way a little bit. But hey, we made the point of showing that a lot of the characters that got focus, specifically the villains, they all have that one thing that's kind of holding them back from their fullest potential.
Or maybe
in the same way,
what drove them to become villains in the first place.
True. But also I think it's because this is kind of MHA's version of the Phantom Troop. And they want them to be in the story longer than just this mini arc.
Right.
Specifically, like a few of them. Like specifically ones like Dabi is obvious.
And Toga.
Toga, I think so. Now that I think about it, Muscular is a pretty good unstoppable force.
Right, they did seem
villain.
Like, hey, we'll meet again, kind of a thing.
Right. I also really like Twice, even though he breaks the plot potentially in so many ways.
The fact that they haven't really described his quirk too closely of like the limitations and everything is good because... he opens up some serious plot potential in good and bad ways. Just a bit.
All right, guys, this was loads of fun. I think that this is going to open up a lot of theories based around what happens in the next episode. The next episode is going to be nuts.
Oh, one thing that would just be so amazing. All right, if Twice was like on the hero's side.
Oh no.
He could copy All Might and that would be amazing. But here's another thing he could do. He could copy Aizawa. That way they take turns blinking. They take turns blinking forever. The enemies have no quirks.
Jacob. If Twice clones Aizawa, and Aizawa and Twice both open their eyes at each other and use their quirks at the same time...
But I think they have to choose
does the universe just split open?
Well, no, because they have to choose who they're nullifying the quirks of. Because Aizawa has his eyes open all the time. If they nullify each other's quirks... You know?
We'll leave that for the philosophers, guys. But if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this episode and previous MHA episodes, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on your Discord with any kind of Patreon support. You can chat with us about the MHA. We'll go into discussions about it and all that. Yeah, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.